Welcome to Nutrition 101, Mastering Fat Loss and Weight Gain. Today, we're going to delve into the essentials of nutrition that will help you achieve your fitness dreams and your fitness goals. Whether you want to lose weight or gain weight or both, this guide is for you. And I'm going to break it down so simple, you're a fourth grader, you'll be able to understand it. That's how I like it. I like it simple. And where we're going to start is something called calories. It's a big word. A lot of information, but a lot of misinformation about it. But calories are the foundation. And whenever we talk about calories, well, what are calories? That's a good question. You ponder that for a minute in your brain. Calories are the energy your body needs to function. To lose weight, you need to be in a calorie deficit. That means you need to consume fewer calories than you burn. To gain muscle, you need to be in a calorie surplus. You need to eat more calories than you burn. It's that simple. But how do you calculate it? Well, I got good news for you. I know how to do that. And I'm going to show you how. Look at this. Look at this guy right here. That's Albert Einstein. And he's a brilliant man. And he's got that MC squared thing. But you look next to it. That's called the Mifflin-St. Jeor formula. And that formula is how you figure out how many calories you burn on a daily basis. But it looks like, a mathematical equation for trying to figure out, quantum entanglement theory. It's way above my pay grade. So what I would do instead is I would open up my calorie calculator. So here it is, right? Let me pull it up real quick. Here it is. Look. Okay, this is my calculator. It's how I calculate your optimal calories. And if you want to go to this screen, go to this calorie calculator, you just type in strangesculpting.com/calculate-your-optimal-calories. It's going to take you right here. I wouldn't do that, though. I just go to show notes below. Click on the link, how to calculate your optimal calories. It's going to take you there. But I got some information I'm going to put in here, and I'm going to put in averages. The average man, actually, I'm going to put my age in there. So I'm going to put my age, 47 years old. I am a man, so I'm going to click male. I've been a male my whole life, born with the male member. But my weight's 208 pounds, but that's irrelevant. I wanted to do a national average. What's the national average say? So I looked up the CDC. Chronically Dumb Center, and they said that the average American man weighs 199.8 pounds, and so I'm just going to round that up to 200 pounds. And now height would be 5'9" tall. That's what they say the average man is. Okay, that will spit out some numbers. I'm not going to go down there and show you that yet. But now we got to figure out what the average man is activity level. What's his activity level? Well, according to the Whack Job Health Organization, American men don't get enough activity, and well, that's ironic. And so they say we're slightly above sedentary, so I'm going to put light. But if you're not, you say, I don't really know what I do. There's a little question mark there. You see that question mark? You just scroll over that question mark, and it's going to give you an indication of what you might be. And then you can click maintenance goals, mild weight loss, mild weight gain. I'm going to click on just maintenance calories. I want to maintain 200 pounds, so I'm light active, maintain my 200-pound physique. And I'm going to scroll down here, and I'm going to get the information. Base metabolic rate, 1,773 calories. What is that? That's how many calories you burn if you're in a coma. I don't get out of bed all day. I just lay down, sleep. It sounds nice. You get old, though. You get bed sores. Body mass index. What is body mass index? It's basically an index that tells you if you're overweight, underweight, obese. And it's pretty good for the masses. It's not a bad index. However, for everybody, it's not accurate for everybody. In fact, if you have six-pack abs, I'm still obese or overweight. One of those. And so I'm obese right now, according to it. I weigh 206 pounds, and so I can see my abs, but yet I am obese. My target intake, calorie intake, is 2,437 calories. Scroll up. That's just for maintenance calories again, but I'm going to scroll back down here. This is the part that most people don't give you for free. I know all kinds of coaches who would charge for this information, which is not bad. They have the knowledge. And so I'm giving you my knowledge for free. It took out my brain and put it in this calculator for you to get for free. This is how many calories and how many, the macronutrient balance I would give somebody if I wanted them to maintain their weight at 200 pounds, 5'9", 213 grams of protein, 213 grams of carbs, and 81 grams of fat. The carbs and the fat, those are energy macronutrients. Those can be swapped out. You get a little bit higher fat, a little lower carbs. Not a big deal. This is the most important one, 213 grams of protein. You need to get those in, and then if the number is still here at 2437, you should maintain weight according to my figures, even if fats are higher and carbs are lower. If this number is higher, that means that you ate too many grams of fat, too many grams of carbs. So that's just for maintenance weight. But let's just look at the other ones you can do. Mild weight loss, mild weight gain, and weight gain. I allowed people a little variance. If you wanted to lose weight, I allowed you in this calculator to create a 10% calorie deficit. So that's it on mild weight loss. And then weight loss, a little more aggressive, 20% calorie deficit. And then mild weight gains at 10% calorie surplus and weight gains at 20% calorie surplus. So let's just click on this. Mild weight loss, if you scroll down, you can see the protein grams went up. The calories went down, but the protein grams went up. Why did that happen? Because the greater calorie deficit, the more important this macronutrient is right here. Protein is extremely important macronutrient whenever you do lose weight. Most Americans, whenever they get on a diet, they lose 30% muscle mass. If you get on my programs where you eat more protein, you won't do that. And as you can see, I'm going to put weight loss and just watch this number as I click this button and watch where it goes from 219 to 244. The greater reduction in calories, the more of a calorie deficit you're going to be in, the more important protein it is and the more protein you need. And then you'll see the carbs and the fat went down. That's where the bulk of the calories are taken from, obviously. And then you can see this too, mild weight gain. I'm actually going to scroll down a little bit so you can see a mild weight gain. It went back down to 235. And then if you want to gain weight a little quicker, 219 grams of protein. So weight, protein importance goes down whenever you want to gain weight because protein is not being used for energy. Instead, carbs and fat are because they're energy macronutrients. But you can play around with this if you're male or female, and you can play around with all this and then spit something out. And it's fairly accurate for most people. It's very accurate for most people. But I would say this. There is a segment of the population that has more muscle mass. They're more active, mainly more muscle mass. The more muscle mass you have, the more this is going to be off. So you can start with this, but if you start shedding pounds too fast, you might want to increase it even higher than the weight gain. But I think you're going to like this calculator. Play around with it. Let me know what you think. Now let's break down macronutrients even more as we bring them in to your meals. Obviously, we just talked about protein, carbohydrates, and fats, but I'm going to tell you how each of these provide a vital role on your fitness journey. The first macronutrient, the most important macronutrient, is protein. I like to call it the Swiss Army knife of nutrition. It is, bar none, the most important macronutrient. It is a structural macronutrient. Most of your body weight either comes from water or protein. About 13 to 14% of your body is made of protein. Your body can store as much fat as it possibly can put on, but essential fat for a man is 3 to 5%. But how much protein do you need? 1 gram of protein per pound of preferred body weight. That's what I would get. How about carbohydrates? I've always heard carbohydrates are the enemy. Make you fat. Is that true? No, it's not true. Unless you don't burn them. If you don't burn them, they're stored as fat. They're your body's primary source of energy. I like fruits because they're easy to digest. They're much easier to digest than vegetables. and they naturally come in convenient serving sizes. You know, you get an apple, it's about 100 calories. You're not going to overeat an apple. We're always told you got to eat complex carbohydrates like oats, brown rice, pasta, bread, sweet potatoes. Those are fine. In fact, sweet potatoes are very, very nutritious. But I don't completely agree with that theory because slower digestion carbs are often consumed with high fat foods. For instance, fettuccine alfredo. I love fettuccine alfredo. It's not the pasta that's getting you, it's all the fat. I like it, but we tend to overeat that complex carbohydrates way more than fruit. So fruits always gets a bad name. Fruit turned to sugar. Well, so does carbs. Anytime you hear the word carbs, think sugar, because that's what it turns to inevitably. You got about a 2-hour window to burn the carbs that you eat. And apples, they might digest quicker. You might only have an hour. However, you're not going to eat a bucket of apples like you would eat a whole bowl full of fettuccine alfredo. I could eat by the pound. And so I would probably steer clear of the complex carbohydrates unless they're not paired with fat. And if they are paired with fat, make sure that you know how many calories you're eating. So now let's talk about fats. Fats. Why do you need to eat fats? Well, they're necessary for hormone production. You need hormones. You need testosterone if you're a man. And they're healthy. They're extremely healthy. They're protected. The fats actually protect your organs, and they also protect the cell membranes. But what kind of fats? Avocados, nuts, olive oil. We're not talking about the French fries. Those, steer clear of those. But some good sources of fats: avocado. Good sources of protein is chicken, beef. Good sources of carbohydrates, apples. But I have a whole bunch of information for you that I'm going to give free of charge. It's called my Macronutrient Cheat Sheet. It's actually an ebook. And so if you're interested in that, in the show notes below, just click the link and I will send you my Macronutrient Cheat Sheet. It's free. And it's going to give you more information than you ever want to know about the macronutrients and food choices. Micronutrients. What does that mean? What are macronutrients? First of all, micronutrients, it's a compound word. Micro meaning small, nutrients meaning something your body needs. So micronutrients would mean you need these in a smaller amount than you need macronutrients. Macronutrients, once again, compound word. Macro means large quantities, nutrient. In theory, if you get the right macronutrients, you're not going to have to worry about the micronutrients. However, our food sucks, and so you're going to need to get some supplements in. The good news is for you, I've rounded out a list. There's 90 essential fatty acids, amino acids, minerals, and fats that you need. And you can look at that list right beside me here. It's a list of the ones that you need. But I've got a list on Amazon where you can just click on them and you can buy the ones you want. But they're probiotics. Everybody needs a good probiotic, good for gut health. Cod liver oil, it's like Slick 50 for the veins and arteries. You need plant-derived minerals, liquid minerals. Those are amazing for you. Most people are deficient in minerals and electrolytes. So electrolytes are the number 4. Then you got brewer's yeast would be number 5. And then I put in 2 for free in there. It's creatine and amino acids. Those are really good for building muscle mass. And so if I were you, I'd just go to show notes below. Click on the link and you can get those supplements. I think they'll help you greatly. Those are the ones I recommend. Now let's talk about hydration. Water. How much water do you need? Why do you need to drink water? It's amazing how many people hate water. I love water. I don't understand why people don't like water, but I get it all the time. How much water do you need? This is what you need to do. You need to divide your weight in half and drink that many ounces in water. At least that many ounces. So, for instance, I weigh 200 pounds or roughly 200 pounds. Divide 200 pounds divided by 2 would be 100. I drink at least 100 ounces a day. The more active you are, the more water you need. That's fact. I try to drink as much as I possibly can. Nobody got drunk drinking water. Well, I think there might have been a few, but that's a lot of water. That'd almost kill you. So don't drink your body weight in water, just your body weight in ounces. At least half of them. Get this. This is from the Clinical Journal of Endocrinology and Metabolism. It said this. You're talking about the importance of water. 8 ounces of cold water help burn an extra 7 calories per glass compared to room temperature. Well, that doesn't seem like a lot. But over the course of a week, if you were to drink 10 glasses a day, that would be an extra 490 calories. Well, it doesn't seem like a lot. However, it does add up. Now, here's another study. I like this study more. It's a little, it gives water a little more boost. It's actually a little higher calorie number. This study found that whenever someone drinks 17 ounces of cold water, it increased resting energy expenditure about 24% for about an hour. If you were to do this to a 200-pound person and they were to drink a full gallon of water a day in 17-ounce portions, that person would burn approximately 195 more calories per day. And over the course of a year, that's a lot of calories. Actually, 71,175 calories to be exact. Now, if we divide that by 3,500, which is how many calories in a pound, that 200-pound person drinking a gallon of water a day, ice cold water, would lose 20 pounds. Wow. Well, you get this, too. This is amazing. Most people, whenever they are hungry, they're really not hungry, they're dehydrated. And so then they overeat. Dehydration is reported to occur in 17 to 28% of the population. And the older you get, the more likely you are to be hydrated. So if you're over the age of 60, you need to start sipping the water. This is right here what I use. This is a stainless steel cup. And it keeps my water cold for a long period of time. Get you one of these. Drink at least half your body weight in ounces a day in water, and it will do your body good. What about meal timing? I get this a lot. People say, I'm going to do intermittent fasting. I don't mind intermittent fasting as long as you can do intermittent fasting. I'm not willing to do intermittent fasting. If I wait more than 3 hours to eat, I am going to eat a box of Twinkies or possibly 5, 6. I'll be chasing Sara Lee down the road, guaranteed, because I just like sweets. And so when I get real hungry, I'm going to eat a lot of sugar. There's a reason why I like sweets so much. I'm not going to get into it. You'll have to listen to some of my other YouTube videos to find out. But it's a funny story. I'm not going to talk about it right now, though. I got to stay on topic here. But you need to eat about every 3 to 4 hours. That's what I recommend, because blood sugar levels go down. Whenever blood sugar levels go down, then you're going to crave all the bad crap. So make sure you eat frequently. That's my opinion. I know a lot of people. I do train people, by the way. This is a caveat. I train a lot of people who do a lot of different ways, a lot of different kinds of meal plans. So I do train people who do intermittent fasting. So I'm not against it, but it's an actual lifestyle for them. If I know that it's not a lifestyle for me. If I call a fast, if it's intermittent fasting, I'm going to freaking smell an unsalted cracker 3 miles away. So you got to be consistency. My pastor, Pastor David Crank, says consistency is the key to breakthrough. So you got to be consistent. So this is how I'm consistent. I'm going to let you delve into my world for a second. Okay, this right here, this is a Premier Protein Shake. I drink a lot of protein shakes, probably 2, 3 a day, sometimes 4. But this is my favorite, one of my favorite ones at least. This is the Root Beer Float Premier Protein Shake. I love that one. I just drank it. And then this one here, it's a Fairlife Protein Shake, chocolate milk. I'm trying to turn it, but weird to look at the camera and this at the same time. This is my favorite, or one of my favorites. It used to be my favorite. It tastes kind of like chocolate milk. It's probably the best tasting protein shake. The consensus behind all my clients say it's the best tasting protein shake. Okay, those are my protein shakes that I drink. Also, this is a Chop House Farm original beef and bison high protein snack. I love this thing. 15 grams of protein. I would get these. Go to the show notes below and you can pop in and get this. It's about $2 a piece. I don't make a dime off this, by the way. I wish I did. I wish I owned bison and I could make my own. just cut a slice off the bison in the field and eat them. Not to kill them, just kind of weird. Okay, the next thing is this. We got these are my favorite bars. Fit Crunch Bar, Robert Erling. Apparently he's a chef. He did a really good job on these. This is the chocolate peanut butter, my wife's favorite. Love that one. This is my favorite. It doesn't have quite as many protein grams, a little higher calorie, 240 calories. I think it's 17 grams of protein. I could look and tell you. I believe I will. Sure enough, it is 16 grams of protein, missed by one, but it's a Fit Crunch wafer. It tastes kind of like a nutty bar. If you haven't had sugar in a while and you have this thing, I'm telling you, it will put a smile on your face. So grab those. But you need to get these in because it's going to make stuff easy. If you don't do it, I'd much rather, and this is all honest to God truth, I'd much rather you eat food, God's food, like chicken, beef, fish. That's way better than this crap. But this is what I do. I'm telling you what I do. And so in order to get the protein grams I want, I know I'm not going to eat a whole chicken every day. But if you can, do the chicken, do the beef, and I get that in every day anyway. But in order to get 200 grams of protein in plus, I don't have to, I use some meal replacements. But there's an old saying my pastor says, plan to fail, fail to plan. Actually, he doesn't say that. Zig Ziglar says that. He says consistency is the key to breakthrough. You got to have both. If you don't plan your food in advance, I guarantee you're going to fail. Guaranteed you're going to fail. I've done this way too long and way too many years. And if I don't plan my day out, I'm not going to get the calories I need and the protein I need. And so one helpful thing that you could do, this is really easy, is you can help yourself out by going to Costco or Sam's and getting these containers. They're plastic, they're black. I'll put one up here, a picture of one. But they're black, they got a clear lid, plastic, pretty cheap, like 50 for $9, something like that. I don't know what the price is, but it's not that much. You go to Costco, you go to Sam's, you get these. You meal prep your foods. You put them in these containers. I know plastic's not the best, so don't send me any nasty emails or say comment below. You shouldn't put stuff in plastic. I totally agree. But we're talking about most people. If you want to put it in a glass, put it in a glass. Put it in ceramic. I don't care what you put it in. We're just talking about getting the calories that you need and the protein grams you need to be in the best shape of your life. So if you're anti-plastic, which I don't like plastic, I might use them. I might put them in there, put it in there whenever it's hot. I might put it in there and then pop it out and put it in glass to heat it up. You can do that, or you can just get glass containers. Either way you go, you just need to plan your food and you need to do it. And you need to, like I said, you need to keep plenty of healthy foods on hand. Consistency is the key to breakthrough. I cannot say that enough. But in order to have a lasting fat loss, it requires a sustainable program, not a quick fix. Now, there are quick fixes. Nothing wrong with a quick fix as long as you know it's a quick fix. Got it? Most diets lead to 30% muscle mass. So most quick fix diets lead to 30% muscle mass. That's insane. But I got something phenomenal for you coming up very soon. It's called the 40-Day Fix Program. It's going to come with a book. I wrote a book called the 40-Day Fix. It's the fastest way to get fit. It's a foundational principle, but behind nutrition. We start with a protein first approach. And whenever you do this meal plan, you will build muscle mass as you drop fat. It is a quick fix, but the good news is it's a foundation upon you build your whole lifestyle on. And so you're not just going to throw it away. You'll add to it. Unlike keto, if you add carbs in, what do you get? Fat. That's a fact. What happens if you do intermittent fasting? You quit doing intermittent fasting, you gain weight. So this is a foundational principle. You start out with protein. You start out with some different stuff. I'll go over the whole concept with you. It's an amazing book. A lot of science behind it. I nerd down a little bit. You'll love it. Just wait, though. It's going to come out soon, and it'll change your life if you do it. Until then, you need to keep watching my videos. But you need to get 1 gram of protein per pound of preferred body weight. I'm just going to reiterate that. I said that. You need to track your progress. So go to MyFitnessPal, do that. Any way you track your progress is going to be good. There's no one-size-fits-all approach, but the common denominator, like I said before, and I'll say it again, you got to get the protein in. So determine what works best for you as far as energy macronutrients. If you like carbs, eat carbs more. If you like fat, eat fat more. But you got to stay committed. That's the key. Stay committed. Consistency is the key to breakthrough. This is what I need you to do, though. I need you, if you like this video, I want you to subscribe to my YouTube channel. Subscribe and share it Why do you want to share it? Because 82.2% of the population is either overweight, obese, or severely obese. And I said that wrong. It's actually over 83% now. It just keeps on creeping up. So if you found this educational or motivational or anyway, if you got anything from this, I want you to subscribe to my channel and share this with somebody else. So please keep watching and go to the show notes below and get the stuff I told you. There's resources that can help you get in the best shape of your life.